tomorrow was ticked off about being driven out of Ireland by St. Patrick. But I give some of the older people a moment to fill the younger ones in on that historical Irish reference. Now, kids, explain the Naruto reference to your parents. Some other favorite characters I like to follow. Gurren Lagann just uploaded Windows 7 and crashed. Dr. Doom is tired of being congratulated on his cosplay of Alphonse Elric. Lust from the homunculi was stunned at the price of a manicure. Black Star from Soul Eater is about to sneak up and backstab his whole audience. Why did you look? He's not real! If you publicly announce you're going to assassinate someone, how is it an assassination? Now it's just a dare. My favorite detective from Death Note, L, was taking a walking tour of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. I've not heard from Willy Wonka in months. Last I heard, the factory was on fire and the Oompa Loompas were demanding that they unionize. The big part about conventions is the cosplay. I love the cosplay. It's so encouraging. Woo! Because cosplay is all about breaking limits and dressing up what you want to, or what people don't want you to, what they won't allow you to. There's no gender boundary, there's no cultural boundary, there's no age boundary, there should be a weight boundary. But for the most part, no. People are cool to do exactly what they want to do. And we've had cosplay in America for quite some time, but we haven't always called it cosplay. But we've had it for a while. If you've ever been in a costume, on stage, acting in a play.
Got it.
Here we go.
We got it.
Right to, I did that joke from right to left for the manga readers. Not for the American. We've had cosplay in America for a while. Mummers are part of a proud tradition. Civil War reenactors as well. Sort of LARPers, but we won't really talk about them. Another proud American tradition involved in cosplay, the KKK. Yeah, the Kentucky cosplay community. Who did you think I was talking about? Bruce Wayne is technically a cosplayer, you're just not supposed to know that. And I feel bad for people who come up to me after conventions and try to convince me I remember. Little spoiler alert, I am bad with names, I'm worse with faces. You were wearing a 3-foot spike Technicolor wig, you had contact lenses in, and if you were wearing anything revealing or skin tight, I'm not going to remember your face because I was not looking you in the eye. Yeah, bad that way. I just played safe. If you come up to me, I just talk to you like you are the character. If you come up to me dressed like Shakespeare's Romeo, I'm going to pull you aside and tell you to stay away from that Capulet bitch. I read the fanfic. Does not end well. Hang out with Hamlet and Macbeth. They seem to be having a great time partying it up. But I gotta say another thing about the cosplayers. It's summertime now. People can get away with wearing less and less. A little more revealing. You don't always look 15. That's why every picture you take of me, my hands are so clearly in sight, it's not even worth questioning. Why do you think I have props half the time? Officer, look! Got a little song in your head just to keep yourself safe. 1, little 2, little 3, little fangirls, 4, little 5, little 8, little 9, little fangirls. 30 to 40 years. She's dressed like Tsunade. Her character's at least 40. That should count. Maybe it's just me, but whenever I see an Asian kid cosplaying an Asian character, like walking around in a kimono or dressed as a samurai, I always think it's cheating. I say that because you can get away with it. You say you're from a conservative family, we'll give it to you. It's expected. My parents are straight from Japan. We don't believe in cultural assimilation. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. What about the Industrial Revolution? You remember not having that? Asian kid dressing like an Asian character? You're doing something wrong. You gotta dress up like what you can normally get away with. Which is why I like coming to conventions dressed like a cop. And then leaving the convention. To ensue hilarity. But if an Asian kid is walking around And that's not cool. It's not edgy. It's only cool and edgy if I raid your grandmother's closet. Therefore, Asian kid, if you want to look hardcore to me, next year's Castle Point, I want to see you dressing as my grandmother. I want you wearing a boo-boo. I want lipstick smeared all over your teeth. You better be carrying a pot roast. Then I will know you care. Probably the weirdest thing I ever saw with cosplay came from Japan, of course, because they make Germany look normal. They're an isolated culture that has no word for hobby. It's not going to end well. So a guy was standing with one of my favorite cosplayers, Suzumi Ahari. Anyone who knows me knows I have a huge nerd boner for the melancholy of Suzumi Ahari. So he has the cosplayer lie down on this sheet of plastic. I don't really know where it's going anyway. Takes another sheet of plastic and he puts it right over her. Then he seals the edges and he sucks out the air between the two sheets of plastic, thus nailing her together. And he cuts a little hole opening from her mouth. We're going to step back. And I'm going to put this in retrospect. He is shrink wrapping a human being. He is laminating a cosplayer. In your mind, that's perverted. In his mind, limited edition. He's starting a collection. There is no easy way to introduce sane human beings to your collection of laminated cosplayers. Want to see what I have upstairs in my room? I got all the classics. I got the Major from Ghost in the Shell. I got Sakura from Naruto and Shippuden. I got Ray from Evangelion. Are you collecting, what is that, Tim Burton? That looks like the Corpse Bride. That was the Princess Bride last Monday. I gotta clean these out. Yeah, that's not Swamp Thing. That used to be Trixie from Speed Racer. Oh, Japan. Wah, wah. I gotta say, the most heartwarming thing that ever happened in cosplay, I was hosting a panel and I had two friends of mine. I met them officially here at Castle Point. I'm sitting right up there, right as I was beginning my old closer Pokemon sex offenders. And they always cosplay as a couple, so they always come on as Millie and Snake, or they come as Jesse and James from Team Rocket. And they call their little Meowth baby, which was so sweet. So they come up and they kind of help me host a panel. And just as a gag, I turn to the guy who's dressing as James and say, "You guys have been trying to capture Pikachu for 15 years. Like, when are you really going to buckle down and commit to something?" Yeah. Unbeknownst to me, he pulls out a Pokeball, which is Team Rocket is expected, goes over to Jesse, drops. Lisa's about to faint. That's what I want! This may be too intense for some of you. It's very nerdy, actually. So he opens it up, and inside is a rock type. And the attack was super effective. Jesse fainted. Best moment of the convention. Best moment. Better part about that, I just made that up. I'm at that age where all my friends are getting married. Dumbasses. It makes me wonder what kind of marriage I would want to do. I would want to do, the nerd in me tells me to do a Star Wars wedding. But I would want to test it out with like other friends' marriage or like my parents' wedding. Which I understand is difficult because it happened like 30 years ago. So I would want to treat their wedding like George Lucas treats the original Star Wars movies. Every couple of years I want to re-release the DVD of the wedding, maybe put in some extended scenes, add some new music, CGI relatives that haven't been born yet. My mom was surveilled, Hayden Christensen. Yeah. Yeah, my father hates that joke.